guys, we're gonna work on 5th grade math today. So let's get there. Let's see, here we go. All right, we're gonna start with the spiral review. So I'm gonna obviously read everything and give you some hints and some ways to figure it out. Let's see, number 1, which list below has 4 composite numbers and 3 prime numbers? Remember, our prime numbers are only 1 times themselves, nothing else will fit inside them, and the composite numbers have more than 1. So if you know your prime numbers up to, let's say, 30, then you can answer most of this question. You're only going to have like 1 that you have to think about. So what I would do is I would go and do my prime numbers. This one was pretty easy. When on a test they usually give you harder numbers. But we're going to start with 2 because there's only 1 times 2 and that's it. Then we've got 3. 4 is not going to work because it's 1 times 4 and 2 times 2. But 5 works because it's only 1 times 5. 7. 8, of course, we got 2 times 4 and 1 times 8. 9, we've got 3 times 3 and 1 times 9. Then we've got 10, which obviously we have 2 times 5 and 1 times 10. Then we have 11, 13, 17, 21, and I'm going to let you finish. Okay, we're going to do up to, I've got up to 23. Remember, you can pause at any time. But this is all I would do for that question. Continue it as far as you can go, as far as you know your primes. And then you can just cross out, or you could list, like, I'll look at answer choice A, okay? If it's a prime number, I'm going to put a P on it. If it's a composite number, I'm going to put a C on it. Because we need 4 composite numbers and 3 prime. So I'm going to put 4P, 3, I'm sorry, other way around. 4C, 3P. So that when I work it, that's what I'm looking for. Because if I try to look in this sentence, I'm going to mess up. Okay? So the first one, 12, that's composite, so I'm going to put a C on it. 17, that's in my prime list, so it's a P. 5 is in my prime list, that's a P. 18 is not in my prime number, so it's composite. 13 is prime. 21 is, oh, I had 21 in there, and 21 is actually composite, sorry. 21 is composite, 35 is composite. So my first one has 4 C's and 3 P's. I'm going to put that out to the side. So all I did was mark up each answer, whether it was prime or composite. You need to do the same for all the numbers in B, C, and D. Okay? Number 2. How many of the flashcards to the right have a sum that is a prime number? So you can still use your prime box that you have, and all you're going to do is add those and see if they fit into your prime box or not, because you're looking for the sum that has the prime number. So all of whatever your answers are, if they're prime or composite, like let's say I'll do the first one. 12 plus 3 is 15. And I'm going to put a big C on it because that's composite. Okay? And I'm looking for the P's. Okay? And then however many P's I have is my answer choice. Alright, number 3. Using the table below, which grade level shows a prime number of boys and a composite number of girls? So same thing. I'm going to do 9th grade. I'm looking for a prime number for boys, so I'm going to put boys equals prime, girls equals composite. That's what I want it to be. So I'm going to put a P underneath the boys and a C under the girls. See how I did boys equals prime, girls equals composite, and then underneath the charts, that's what I want to match. So we'll do the first one, which is 9th grade. 15 is composite and 18 is composite. So right there, that that's not right because I want a P and a C. So I can cross out ninth. I can cross out A. But you need to finish the rest and do those on your own, okay? All right, number 4. Maria said that if 7 is subtracted from her number, the difference would be a prime number. Which number below could be Maria's number? Okay, so I'm going to underline my question. Which number below? I want the difference to be a prime. So difference means subtraction, which we already were told. And 7 is the magic number. So for answer choice A, it's 30 minus 7. B, 40 minus 7. C, 35 minus 7. D, 16 minus 7. And I'm looking for prime, P. All I did was take the answer choices and subtract 7. Now you need to answer all of those, and whichever answer choice ends up being prime is the correct answer choice, either A, B, C, or D. Okay? Number 5. Harry and 5 cousins. So how many people is that altogether? Is that just 5? Or did we forget about Harry? No, that's 6. So I'm just going to circle Harry and his 5 cousins, and I'm going to put 6 on top. They saved $879 to buy their grandparents a special gift for their anniversary. Wow, that's really nice. If each gave the same amount of money, how much did each person give for the gift? I underlined the question, so if you follow your period at the end or your question mark at the end and you go all the way back to the next period or question mark or exclamation point if there happens to be one, that's your question that it's asking. So if they each gave the same amount, that tells me I need to divide. So I'm going to help you set it up. The $879 goes inside the house, and the 6 goes outside. Don't forget your tiles. Use your multiplication chart. If you don't have a multiplication chart, then make your 6s at least. I'll get that started for you so you know what I'm talking about. Okay? So, the $879 they saved goes in the house. We've got our roof tiles. We got Harry and his 5 cousins that went in on that. All of them went in on the present. If I don't have a multiplication chart in front of me, I should make one. But if I am not particularly feeling it, at least do my 6 row. I've only done up to 3. You need to do the rest. Remember, you can stop the video at any time to copy something down. Okay? All right, let's move to the back. Number 6. Samson has 12 packages of paper with 125 sheets in each package and 24 packages of paper with 375 sheets per package. How much paper does he have altogether? So this is just adding. How much paper does Samson have altogether? I'm going to add. I underlined my question. I found my hint, which was altogether. However, it's not that simple. He has 12 packages that have 125 sheets. So I need to take 125 times 12 because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And each of those 12 have 125 sheets in it. So I need to do 125 times 12. And then I'm going to also need the 24 packages that have 375. So 375 times 24. So I have to multiply both of those, and then whatever I get here and here, I'm going to add them together. Okay? All right, number 7. Franklin had $3,000 in his savings. He withdrew $1,378 to repair his car. How much does Franklin have in his savings account? Again, I'm going from the question mark to the period of the sentence before. So I want to know how much he had in his savings account. I can do that thing where I draw the check ledger, okay? So I could say savings, and I can put 3,000, and then I'm gonna put a check to car, and I'm gonna subtract 1,378. And then you can actually do that right there, like you're doing a check register, and you can actually do your figures right there and work it out. Okay? Number 8, Patricia has saved $128 to buy a pair of boots and a new belt. The boots cost $113.58, and the belt cost $65. How much more money does Patricia still need to buy the two items? So she doesn't have enough. Okay, I'm going to underline my question. How much more money? So we need to find out how much she needs to buy those things. So we got to add the boots and the belt. Okay, boots plus belt. Okay, and whatever that is, you're going to have to subtract it. $128. It's going to be a decimal minus whatever amount you come up with. You're going to add the boots and the belt. Whatever answer you get for your boots and your belt, you're going to subtract from $128. It's up to you to get it lined up correctly. Borrow for the zeros. Decimal points for everything. All right, we're going to move into area, perimeter, and volume. Doris was making curtains for 3 windows at her mother's house. Each window has a length of 71 inches and a width of 63 inches. How much fabric does Doris need to buy? So if we're talking about curtains, we need to cover the whole area, right? We're not just putting a ribbon around something. We're going to cover the whole area. So we need to do area equals, if you should have in your on your Google Classroom, you should have the supplemental aid. If you don't have that, you can find it easily online. Just look up Texas Star 5th grade, and you'll be able to find it in there. I'm sorry. Okay, but it is area equals length times width. Okay? So I'm just going to plug in my numbers, and then you're going to have to work it out. So it's a length of 71 inches and width of 63. Okay, so I just wrote the actual formula, the actual problem, but you need to work it out. Okay, number 10, what is the difference of the base area of the boxes below? So again, you're going to find the area of both of your objects, okay? And then you're going to subtract. What is the difference? What is the difference you're going to subtract? So you need to find the area of both of these. Whatever you come up with as your answers, you're going to subtract them. And that'll give you your answer over here. All right, number 11. The model is made of 1-inch cubes. What is the volume of the prism in cubic units? Okay, so what is the volume of the prism? I don't have my little cheat sheet with me right now. Sorry. And I'm on, let me see if I can look it up real quick. Sorry. It's the joys of doing everything at home. Okay. Let's see, here we go. Let's see, formula for prism, volume prism. And that, do you see what I just did? If I don't know how to look it up, I just put the volume of prism, and its volume equals length times width times height. So I just looked it up on my computer. You can look it up on your phone. So volume equals length times width times height. So my length is going to be the bottom. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes on the bottom. My width is 1, 2, 3 cubes. And my height is 1, 2, 3 cubes. So I just wrote my formula, and now you need to work it out. Okay? Perimeter, that one's easy. I'm not even going to, well, actually there is a little bit of a tricky part on here. All right, this is a little tricky. I'm gonna kind of help you out here because I'm thinking that we haven't done this in a while, or we haven't done it quite yet. So anyway, the perimeter. Perimeter, of course, is going to be all the outside edges, okay? So we're basically putting a fence around this little area. The problem is, right here, we have this little corner, okay? But this is 8, and this whole thing is 12. So how much is this little piece here? That's another 4, right? Okay. And then we have to do the same thing right here. We've got 7, but the whole thing is 9, so this is 2. So now all I have to do is add all of my numbers, and I'll get my centimeters. All right, we're going to go into graphs and data. Which dot plot represents the data shown in the stem and leaf plot? Okay, so this one has fractions, so this is a little bit harder. But it looks like all of your fractions are listed in your graphs. So you just need to match. You just need to make sure that there's one each of 2/3 and 2/3, and that there's 2 each of the 0, 0, and the 1/3 of the 1/3 and the 1/3. All right, so you just need to match your chart with the information they provided. All right, so we're going to go on to number 14. Which statement below is true? Okay, so these, I'm just going to read them to you. You're going to have to try to deliberate yourself and see what you come up with. A, multiplication is always used to find perimeter. If that's true, write a T by it. If it's false, put a F. B, addition of length, width, and height is used to find volume. C, addition of all sides is used to find the area. D, multiplication of base and height is used to find volume. And remember, you can go back because we did a volume problem on number 11. So if that's true, then that's true. All right, so we're going to use the graph below to answer questions 15 and 16. It's Keep Texas Beautiful. Before I even look at the questions, I figure out what my graph is saying, okay? I'm not going to guess. I'm going to write my numbers on top of each of these, okay? So for the drama club, it looks like it's 1, 2, 3. Looks like they're done by 25, like 5.25, 5.50, 5.75. Everything looks to be like 25 for each. So on drama club, I've got, and you can label these then if you want. So you could do 25, 50, 75, and then it's 125, 150, 175, 225, 250, 275, 325, 350, 375, 425, 450, 475, 525, 550, 575. It's very small, but I'm just counting by quarters. So if you need to, you can get 4 quarters, put them on the table, and then you'll know. My first quarter is 25 cents. If I have 2 quarters, I have 50 cents. If I have 3 quarters, I have 75 cents. So you could do that to help you fill this in, okay? Or pause the screen, take a screenshot of it, and copy it, okay? All right, so my drama club, it looks like I have 575. So I'm gonna put that on top. My art club, if I take my line all the way over, it looks like 225. My dance club looks like 4.0 or 4.0. These are 5.75, 2.25. Now I'm not going to do the rest because I'm going to want you to do the rest. But you can see they were whole numbers and then they were divided by 25 increments inside. So that was 5.75, 2.25, and 4.0. Decimals are going to be very important in this question. I'm going to have you finish out with your cheerleaders and your tennis team. But for number 15, what was the total amount of trash collected by the top 3 clubs or teams? So who were your top 3? I will help you with that because they're going to be your highest columns. So it's going to be drama, dance, and cheerleaders. So you need to add all those together. Okay, so you're going to add the drama, dance, and cheerleaders. Okay, number 16. What is the difference between the 2 groups collecting the least amount of trash? What is the difference between the 2 that are the least? Okay, so my least are the art club and the tennis team. So I'm going to take my tennis team, because I'm finding the difference, minus my art club. Okay, my tennis minus my art. Very good. All right, we're going to go into order of operations. We'll do order of operations, and then that'll be the end of this lesson. Then I'll start another one for the rest of the math because there's so much to do. Okay, so we got order of operations. Now remember, what is the most important thing we need to do? Our GEMDAs. Okay, and I'm just going to do it on top so that I can see what I need to do. 5th graders, we don't need to worry about exponents. The G is for grouping symbols, so they can be brackets or parentheses. The MD is either multiplication division or division and multiplication. And then AS is add or subtract and add in the order that it comes in. Make sure you do your little cheat sheet. Okay? Do your cheat sheet for every single one of them. Okay? That way you know you're doing it right. So we'll do a few together and then you'll have the rest to do on your own, because they're pretty easy. All right, so for number 1, I'm going to write my GEMDAs. Okay. Do I have any grouping symbols? No, so I'm going to cross it off. Do I have any exponents? No. Do I have multiplication or division? Yes, I have multiplication. 3 times 5, which is 15, plus 6. Do I have any more multiplication or division? No. Do I have addition or subtraction? Yes. Do you see what I did? I did my GEMDAs. I crossed off as I went. I wrote it down. I rewrote my problem. Okay. We'll do number 5. Okay. Same thing. I'm writing my GEMDAs. If you need to do it on a separate sheet of paper, no problem. All right. Do I have any grouping? No. Do I have exponents? No. Do I have multiplication or division? Yes. I have division. 0 divided by 6. Anything divided by 0 is 0. Rewrite my problem. I like to keep it lined up. See how I kept it lined up? Do I have any more multiplication or division? No. Do I have addition or subtraction? Yes, I have subtraction first. 3 minus 0 is still 3. Rewrite my problem and finish out. Okay, so the rest you should be able to do on your own on those. And then on the bottom, you're comparing. So I'm going to do one of those just so you can see. So you're going to need GEMDAS twice for each problem. Okay, so my first number 9, I don't have any grouping. I don't have exponents. I do have multiplication. 8 times 6 is 48. Minus 10. This one I'm actually going to work out completely because I want you to see what you have to do to finish the problem. All right, I have no more multiplication and division. I do have subtraction, and my answer for the first part of 9 is 38. Okay, now the second part, do I have grouping? No. Exponents? No. Multiplication or division? Yes. I have 6 times 10, which is 60. And then I have 8 plus 60, which is 68. Okay, so now that I'm done with both GEMDAS, I'm not done with my problem. I have to say, I have to show my symbol for greater than, less than, or equal to. And obviously 38 is less than 68. So remember, if you do the 3 dots, your less than gets 1 dot and your greater than gets 2. So my less than is 38. My greater than is 68. My less than got 1 dot. My greater than got 2 dots. And now all I have to do is connect them. All right, so that should get you through the order of operations page, and that'll do it. Thanks, bye.